I just had the realization that Nikon is not trying to beat Sony. They're trying to become them.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
All right, we got two helpless Sony jabronis over here looking for Nikon versus Sony related questions, and I just had this thought. Right now we're on the Nikon ZR, 40mm 22, 6K, 24p RAW, red RAW of course. Stop down to 25.6, have a little rant, and then answer the first jabron, and then we switch to a softer, more pleasing touch that's not cat-clawed. Think back to when the Nikon Z6 was first announced. Finally, Nikon realizes, holy shit, Sony is running away with everything. They have full-frame mirrorless. We're sticking with our DSLRs. Those are still good. And they're like, oh God, we're too late. We shouldn't. Like, it was hard to make that switch. Canon and Nikon both come in at the same time, admitting defeat. And they're like, okay, let's join. And if you notice, the Z6 III Mark I, it's the same exact thing as the Sony A7 III. They tried to copy it. There's nothing different about it. Same exact specs. Everything about it was like, I like what you did there, Sony. I'm gonna try it if you don't mind. It's like when you do a backflip and then a rat sees you and he tries it, but he gets picked up by a hawk. It's like that type of scenario. But Sony comes out with some vlogger stuff, and then Nikon all of a sudden is marketing towards vloggers. And really it was like their Z30 did that. It was good. I liked it. A little 12 to 28 on there. Optical stay, very natural. I'm gonna buy one soon. But like, come on, you're copying Sony. But that's where the Nikon Mimic Monkey came, because they were just copying Sony specs. Like, they're not innovating, but somehow, eventually, they started innovating. Like, all their telephoto glass, that's like innovation personified. And then like they're doing the red cinema stuff. They're doing things Sony's never done. The 4-inch screen, red RAW. So I think Nikon has earned the separation from the Mimic Monkey technology way of life to doing their own thing and doing it pretty well. Not bad. So the first question would be, what is better for wildlife? 4K 120 and a travel light setup, A6700, 70 to 350, or Z6 III, 20 to 400? You're coming onto my show with some super zoom rando shit. Oh God. Pros and cons, stay focus, focal reaches, Nikon worth 600 more. God. I'm almost just gonna ignore your life entirely with that lens. What the hell's your problem? But whatever. Okay, let's just humor him. You have like, in the A6700, do you realize that there's like, I think it's a 58% crop additionally on the 4K 120. Don't quote me on it. But it's a huge crop. So like your APS-C crop and a huge crop. You're less than micro four thirds guaranteed. But the reach you have on that setup compared to what the hell super zoom full frame shit that was, you're at 400 versus like 1200 maybe? Which should I get? These are very comparable. There's nothing comparable out it. That's a sentence. And you can zoom back out. You could vlog with that lens. So like, you're talking very different lifestyles over here, these two choices. They're both terrible. If it's me and I'm doing wildlife, someone hands me those two setups and he's like, okay, there's a hawk down there. What are you gonna do? Here, which one do you want? I'd be like, Sony, thank you. Boom, we got that hawk, 4K 120 magic. It'd be clinical magic, but it would be in focus at least, maybe. It's lighter, much lighter. I don't know what that Nikon weighs, but... Or you hand me a second scenario saying, here's the Z6 III, but a nice lens, either the 180 to 600 or the 600 prime, little teleconverter on that thing. If you're speaking that language, then it's like, okay, see you later, Sony. No thank you to whatever the hell that is. You get red RAW, like not even, you don't get it on the Z6 III, but you have Nikon RAW with the red LUTs, and that was the best looking footage I've had. We're still trying to get back to what we already had. One day that will return to us. But in that scenario, I would just have to say that Sony is going to be fantastic for most people. It's just very lightweight and super reach. and Sony reliability. It'll be good. Good enough. Will it be magic cinema? No. Maybe you can grade it. I don't know, man. What you can't do is... little softer now? Little ridiculous on the tones. We're still in 6K. I can't even guarantee that this lens can resolve 6K or even 4K. It's pretty soft, but there's times where I'm like, this lens is plenty sharp. It's kind of sharp, a little bit. So there's no reason I did this. Guys, can I get some advice? I'm in the market for a new camera. I have an old S5 Mark I. That's not the worst thing. It's kind of like smaller body than the S1 with all the specs. Contrast detect, so you have the Pennyboy cinema look. Everything with phase detect in Pennyboy lost an edge. I'm looking at ZV-E1 or ZR. I have a budget of $2,500 used, whatever. Recording soccer games at night, vlogging, perhaps reviews of random things. Thanks for throwing that one in there. Okay, you're at a soccer game. Low light, maybe, probably, right? Nighttime soccer. There's lights, aren't they? The players have to see the ball, don't they? Nikon, like, it's not as good. It's just not. You can be 6400 ISO, and it's pretty decent. So take a camera. Do you have any camera now? Do you need the 6400? Is that good enough? Because if it is, then I don't even know that I would recommend it. It's soccer. You don't need it to be cinematic. Just go with Sony. It'll be in focus and smooth. And the stabe's probably better. And you could, in theory, listen to this, Cinema Touch. You do that tracking thing where like it zooms in on a player and it starts following it. That could be fun. See, ZV-E1 has that. Nikon does not. So it's like, do you need red? Like, what are you going to do with those file sizes? I mean, red raw, bro. It's Little League here. This is the big times, man. You gonna send that off to a scout? He's like, hey man, I got some footage of my son. Do you have a second house where I can send you this file and you have it's full of terabyte storage units, and it's like, yeah, it's 900 terabytes, but you gotta see my kid. You wouldn't believe him. He's so good. The knees on that kid. Do you have the space? I can send you this file. No one has it. I've been emailing that company Nikon because it's ruined 2 of my videos. That little box that's supposed to be gyro stable, and 2 times now it has not sunk the file properly. That's the word for synced, plural. So it's annoying, and I'm going back and forth, and they're like, well, send us the files. I'm like, it's red raw. What do you mean send the files? Through what? A hamster? Nothing can send that thing. I think you're gonna be much happier in the Sony ZV-E1. I debate that I would probably have been happier with it. I just stuck with that thing and stopped getting so many different systems. As soon as I got this Nikon, I tried to sell it. I had an offer. It was just, God, this guy. He was like, what's the shutter count? I'm like, it's 0. Just haven't even only video here. And he was like, can you prove it? And I'm like, yeah, there's no shutter in the camera. So that's number 1 proof. It's not a thing. It's not an actual thing. Shutter count. You know what he said to me that made me lose faith in humanity? I tell him there's no shutter in the camera. He says, make sure there is. I was like, just leave me alone. I don't need this in my life. The shutter's 0 and it will always be 0. It doesn't matter the electronic count. Electrons don't run out. I'm not selling it to you, but if that guy didn't just ruin my life, I might have sold it. And like, I don't think I would be sadder. It's a good camera, I like it, but God, the ZV-E1 is like, it's lighter, it's cheaper. It's just as good, basically, but it is Sony clinical disgusting. But you got those nice lenses, so come on. So if it's me summing up these 2 jabrones and everyone else in on the Sony versus Nikon debate, I feel like Sony's just more polished, but Nikon has a cinema touch, and that's their main advantage. They have red now, and that will just continue to blossom, whereas Sony might just remain a clinical, movie-ruining company for the end of time. Like G-Master lenses in movies, I'm like, oh my God, what is this? No thank you to everything about modern movies. But it really all just comes down to, do you want the shot in focus and not bother you in some weird way? Get Sony. Do you want it to look awesome and with nice colors that aren't like, what the hell is wrong with those shadows? Then get Nikon. Although we do have some interesting shadow technology, it's not the best. Nikon for the look, Sony for the reliability. They both have some lenses, thanks to Zeiss. The Nikon with the pop. You could do worse. They're two good companies. They're right up there. I would say Sony leads the industry. I don't know why Canon's still pretending that they're number one. You're not at all. Go look in the real world. No one's shooting Canon anything. No one's shooting Nikon, even less people, but whatever. We don't claim to be even number 4. So like, whatever. We're humble. But we still look bad. Whatever. Bitcoin, thank you. Do you agree? What would you suggest him better? There's affiliate links. Mine are the links. Subscribe.